All right, look at this. Spencer and Pat, like the old times. What up, Pat?
Bringing
How
the
we
band
doing?
back together. How we doing?
We're getting the band back together here on Chart Request Live, Stock Market TV. Pat,
I
how are
know, I
things?
know.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff's happened since the last time I was on this show. I think Russell 2000 was probably double digits below its all-time high, and here we are flirting with that. I mean, the idea of an all-time high in small caps was kind of just a pipe dream, but here it is coming alive.
Yeah.
Not the most inspiring candle as far as the weekly on IWM last week. Um,
Well,
you don't necessarily want to see a doji right at all-time highs. I mean, doji is kind of classic sign of indecision. You want to see a kind of fierce breakout, but there's still time. I think you got to give it the benefit of the doubt here. Um, Bear with me. I have a bunch of old drawings on this chart layout that I haven't cleaned up in quite a while. So
all right. So if you're new to the
yeah,
show, you know the drill. Or if you're new to the show, you don't know the drill. If you're not new to the show, you know the drill. Put your requests into the chat or email us questions at stockmarketmedia.com. A few people already did that. We got their requests on a list here. And Pat, maybe it is a sign of the times, but we got 2 requests for a certain small cap. We will start with the small cap in question, PRME. This is Prime Medicine. This is the stock that got called out in the small cap version of the minor leaguers report that the All-Star Charts team sent out last week. They called it the micro leaguers. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. If you did not get this report or you're not a member of AAC Premium, there it is. We got 2 different requests to look at PRME today, so we might as well start there.
yeah. I mean, I like this little like 3 month base here, forming here. We'll start here in a daily. We'll kind of work backwards here. But if we go to a weekly here, I mean, it's certainly, I mean, primary downtrend, start with that, but looks like it's trying to reverse here. And these reversals, I mean, this is a process, it's like we always use the analogy of like a cruise ship trying to turn. So there's a lot of like backing and filling, a lot of basing, things like that. But I like what we're seeing here. I mean, it broke out here in July, and then these past few months just forming a nice little base right above that downtrend line. So looks like it's trying to reverse here. Next thing you want to do is probably look for a retracement. You could either use the log retracement or the non. Get an idea. But I think $9 back to these kind of this shelf of resistance here from early 2024. I think that's in play. If this thing's above $5. Makes sense to be looking there. I don't know if it'll go all the way back to 10 and give you that nice clean double, but man, I mean, getting pretty close there. Nothing to scoff at, though. Those are some pretty juicy upside returns there.
Well, we always talk about biotechs being a small cap story, right? So if it
That's
truly
very true,
is,
yeah.
if it truly is small cap season, then path least resistance is probably higher for a name like this.
Yeah.
What about Grab Holdings? This is a request from Steven. This is another theme that's been working. It's growth and it's Asia, right? So what's not to
Yeah.
love? So it's been working. It's obviously well off the highs, not well off the highs, but off the highs from what, a couple weeks ago. Where do things stand out? That's the all-time chart, right? Yeah, that's since the IPO,
Yeah.
SPAC, whatever.
And this one is the Uber of Southeast China, right? I know Steve's been all over this
Yes,
one ever
Southeast
since he
Asia.
got back from Asia. He's been all over this one,
That's
and
right.
rightfully so.
What a base, man.
Right. And you made a good point there. It's working with several different themes there. You got the international in there. And it did, I was sitting in some, I believe it was $6 calls for the longest time, completely bidless, just zero, just every day looking at them. And then all of a sudden, these couple candles in here, and this is a weekly, but all of a sudden they start printing again. But as you said, pulling back a little bit here, retesting that $5 level, that was really important, that 550 level. But really nice base here. it took its time kind of getting out of the base, but here I think you could see a pretty normal retest here into the 550 level. And then let's go back and look at the retracements. Yeah, I mean, I think this 750 level is just kind of a logical next step. You know, I know Kenny talks about this a lot, but with like kind of psychological round numbers, $5 gets you to 750, 750 gets you to 10.
That's right.
And it sounds oversimplistic, but you know, that's the way our brains work is we think in round numbers like that. And also, you know, with so many option strikes too, those round numbers play a really important role, especially in a low price stock like this where there's not too many other strikes. You know, it's pretty much only round numbers. So
I mean,
of course they're going to gravitate towards
who hasn't thrown a random buy or sell order out there at a whole number or a penny above or below?
Right.
I mean, we've all done.
Or if you're superstitious, you'll do the 99.99.
Right. We've all done it, right? So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. This is a request from Hanson. He's looking for HBM Hud Bay Minerals.
Ooh.
This thing has gone parabolic. This is a copper play. Parabolic in the last couple of weeks here. For this thing. So this is not a high flyer by any means, and this thing has gone from in the last month, really. This thing has gone from 10 to 15, right? So
yeah, and what's really impressive about this is you look at let's real quick just look at the copper chart.
Yeah,
it's a total mess. I mean, ever since the whole best day ever, worst day ever, whole shenanigans here, and I won't get into the conspiracy theories there, but man, those are some weird moves. But ever since that, this copper chart's been a complete mess. It was looking great on a long-term breakout earlier this year, but that completely fell apart. And it's been really impressive seeing the strength out of the copper miners, though. Hud Bay was kind of my preferred vehicle for the longest time. Got shaken out here, but here, I mean, as you said, it's just been parabolic. I mean, what is this, like 8-9 weeks in a row or something like that? So I mean, and also just from a more macro perspective, I mean, seeing the strength in the copper miners while copper itself doesn't look that great, that kind of reminds me of like what gold was doing between April and a month ago. Gold wasn't really moving, but the miners were really taking off. And that was kind of, in hindsight, telling you that, you know, don't sleep on gold here. So I think a similar thing could be happening here where.
All right. So forget the miners. Forget Hud Bay. It's all about copper.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But as far as targets on this one, let's go back and do a daily here. Oops, I'm on CopX.
Your charts are slow today, man.
Yeah. There we go. It's moving so fast. That's what it is. Yeah, I mean, above this 13 level, I think you could get to that 1750 mark, 1780 is where the fit is. But seeing how it respected this and this here, you know, that tells me that extension, you know, it's at least kind of obeying that extension there. So I think, yeah, 1750 isn't too far off for this one.
Kind of amazing how that works.
And when those commodity plays rip, I mean, as we've seen a lot lately, they really go, you know.
Yeah,
they sit around for
you gotta have patience. You gotta have patience, but if you have patience, I don't have enough patience. If you have patience, then you can be rewarded, right?
Right.
Yeah, that we've seen that over and over again. All right, a couple more from the email, and then we'll go to the chat. All right, I see if you tick in the chat here. What about for Chris? He's looking at MTDR Matador Resources, Mary Taco Delta. Rico. I don't know what the R is in the NATO alphabet. $6 billion oil and gas play. Is this a MLP? I don't think it is.
A lot of these
Maybe it
oil
is.
services type stocks all of a sudden just shaping up out of nowhere. I mean, it's like they
Not
were
MLP.
threatening to top the last couple of years, but a lot of those are starting to look like failed tops. And we know how bullish failed tops can be. I mean, take a look at like Baidu, right? Baidu was a failed or is kind of an ongoing failed top. Um, I can think of a bunch of others. Intel, I mean, the list goes on, but here, this one isn't the cleanest one, OIH and some of the other ones. Um, I shouldn't have jumped, but you can see OIH here trying to get out of that topping formation there. Um, yeah, I mean, I think energy has shown a lot of leadership, a lot of improvement the last couple days, but with this one,
Well,
I'd want to see it kind of
not
getting
today.
out, getting out of those, or at least getting above 53 would start telling me that this is that this topping formation or potential top is failing.
So
But as far as this one, I mean, if it does get back down here, you really don't want to see it breaking down past this 30, 34 level, 33. That would be more of a confirmed top.
all right, but you are biased to the upside on this.
Yeah, with energy in general, and they all kind of tend to move together when the sector's doing well. So
All
I
right.
wouldn't fight it.
Last one from the inbox. This is another. We're going back to biotech land. This is for Jonathan. CDTX. This is Sedera Therapeutics. They had some news last week. This thing has gone to the moon since then. They had some positive phase 3 data on Wednesday, the 24th, and I mean it's gone parabolic all year pretty much, but not all
Wow,
year. Really since
I like
since
this
what? Since
one.
June.
I like this one a lot. Who brought this one?
This is from Jonathan. This is like epic move. I wonder if what the is there a short interest on this one? No, not
Yeah, I was
especially.
actually just gonna ask you that.
Not especially. It's got a very small float. Watch it out. 25 million shares in the whole float. It's not
What a
heavily short.
shocker.
It's not heavily shorted. It doesn't have many shares out there. So this thing has
Yeah,
gone from this thing gapped in June, right? It's gone from 21 to now it's almost at 100. So
yeah.
I mean,
Look at that. 130% gap, 135% gap that day. And it just went right above that VWAP. Nice little breakaway gap. And here we are. I mean, after just weeks of climbing here, finally breaking above this shelf of resistance that's been resistance for what, like 7 years or something like that. Um, yeah, I mean, this one definitely trying to work on a reversal here, and it has been an incredible move so far. I mean, from just this year
yeah,
alone,
that's a 7-year high. Oh my God.
oh my gosh, yeah. Um, let's fib it
Dude.
out here. Let's look at some retracements.
All this is doing is giving me FOMO, but this is not for me, man. I can't do this stuff. I can't like these biotechs. It's so crazy.
I know. I saw this one yesterday that I really liked. The chart was just setting up perfectly. It's called Moonlight Pharmaceuticals, and I
Yeah,
went to buy it,
it's
and it was
perfect
down like
until there's
18% overnight. I was like,
yeah,
oh my gosh, nope,
yeah,
nope.
no, can't do it.
Look at this RSI too. I mean, just absolutely
Wow.
incredible. 86. Wow. So this one, I mean, and I think you could get over to this 150 level. I mean, the lid is off kind of thing. Um, and it's interesting. You brought up short interest. I've been finding it harder and harder to find those really juicy short interest setups. I think across the board, it's just not what it was a year ago. We're at the point in the cycle where some of the incredible moves we've seen lately probably are a lot of that short covering. So that fuel is kind of getting burnt up a little bit on a broader level, but I mean, there's still so much opportunity. And like you said, it's a low float, so it doesn't take much to move something like this.
Yeah, that's one of the ironies of short interest is when it's high, uh, that's bullish, and when it comes back down and the shorts get blown out and they're forced to cover, like you said, it's sort of like you know you're using up the fuel, so there's like less
Yeah,
fuel left to use, right? So
yeah.
even though you're going up, you're burning fuel to get there, right? And the tank is getting
Mhm.
emptier, right? So
Yep.
um, it's sort of a catch 22, not catch 22, more of an oxymoron. Let's go to the chat.
Yeah.
A
Sure.
couple requests here. Mr. Zerby is looking at Madrigal Pharmaceuticals, MDGL. What is it with the pharma and biotech today? That must be a sign of
I
the times that we're
know.
in. Madrigal is up
Yeah.
5% today. Is that all-time highs? Yes, it is. Well, actually, no, it's not. All-time highs was from last week, but it's close.
Uh, Still waiting here. Sorry. Okay.
All-time highs
Yeah,
from
getting off,
my bad. So September 8th, all-time high.
getting awfully close there, but
Yeah.
looks like a nice strong uptrend to me. Drop it in a daily here. In a weekly, this whole mess kind of looked like a bull flag there, and nice and high and tight consolidation. I would chalk that up to a bull flag too. If we fib out this whole decline, okay, see that's we're testing that area right there, but if we can get above it, 559, probably attainable. Nice 25% from here. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's an expensive stock. I mean,
Is it actually? I don't know.
for am I looking at the right one? 400?
Well, you're looking at like just the cost of the stock. Yeah, yeah. It's four. I mean, $400 ain't nothing. Um,
Yeah, right. We got the bookings of the world that are like what now, $5,000, $6,000.
that's true. Hey, let's bring up a leverage ETF or ETN. Let's look at Nail. For this is for Frank.
Sure.
Let's look at the 3x home builders bullish 3x bullish home builders ETF. Talk about a theme that has not worked recently.
Yeah.
Um, Although it's off the mat a little bit, but dear Lord, what a brutal year uh it's been
Yeah.
for the
Well, let's
homies.
start off by looking at ITB here.
Yeah,
Uh, I always like to look at the underlying. Let me get rid of all that. Always like to look at the underlying rather than looking at those leveraged ETFs because a lot of the times those those leveraged ETF charts are just like, you know, straight asymptote to zero. But
yeah, not this
but
one
you know,
actually.
yeah, not that one. But um, you know, the home builders really have been pretty disappointing. I mean, you have so many other bullish areas
Yeah,
and
it's been brutal.
cyclical areas leading, but the home builders just can't seem to get off the mat here. Um, with this one, I'd really like to see kind of more of an extension above these March 2024 highs here. We tried here, but don't like to see this kind of fading here. So I'd really like to see a new high above that 118 level. That would kind of show me like a broken right shoulder. Let me just draw this top out here. Because this is, you know, the semis were kind of threatening to top. Home builders also threatening to top. The semis repaired it, but the homies, they're still, the jury's still out on that one. Let me just zoom out a little bit here. So that's what I'm talking about. Like I'd like to see this right shoulder get kind of broken so that this top can kind of be invalidated here. And that would be a failed top. That'd be super bullish. You know, you break 118, you should see an all-time high after that, around 130. And from there, on to the next target. And it started rolling over here after it reached this fib here. Home builders, if you remember back in 2023, they were one of the first groups to kind of lead us out of the 2022 bear market.
Yeah.
But then they just kind of just stalled like this. And so I'd really like to see it get going again. Like I said, that 118. But anyway, we'll look at nail here. Yeah, so similar action with this one. I'd look for that 127 level ish to kind of confirm that broken right shoulder and kind of that resumption of the uptrend there.
What about toast? This is who asked about this in the chat. This is for Cedar
Toast.
Trees in the chat. TOST. This is another laggard, relatively speaking. I mean, it's up 1% this year. In a raging bull market, it's just not going to do it for you. So
Right.
I do know that one of their competitors just got taken over, private equity. That was OLO. But this is Toast is is it technically is it technology?
Yeah. Like, who are their competitors?
It is.
Is
It's technology, but it's restaurant tech, so it's really like discretionary, right?
Right. Very nuanced there. But I mean, this one was actually this. I remember this was setting up really nicely right around here, and then you can see this breakout just totally failed. I think you want to see it if you're still holding this one. I think you really want to see it stabilize in this area here. Wouldn't want to see it get below this 35 level. I think then you're getting into some weakness. Logical place for it to rebound here. But I really can't get too excited about this one until it gets back above that 44 level. Once you're above there, I think, the breakout's kind of back on, but until then, it's just kind of messy. It was looking at real nice, but disappointing failure there. Another one, the Dash, though, I mean, it's kind of similar vein, not exactly. They're
Similar.
not similar, right?
Yeah.
That one, I really like the looks of that one right now. A little more expensive, but yeah, it's coming out of this nice long-term ascending triangle that it's been building basically since it came public. And DoorDash was really, really punished, in the 2022 bear market. I mean, this one, I think it fell like 80%, something like that, but over 80%, yeah. And one of the great piece of advice I heard once, forget where I heard it, but it's don't short companies that show up on your credit card bill. It's just pretty logical,
Yeah.
Why bet against companies when you're the customer, right? And
I mean,
I'll tell you, DoorDash goes up pretty often. So, to flip that saying on its head, why not own the companies that you're a customer of? And the chart doesn't always give you an opportunity to do that, but with DoorDash, this chart looks great to me. I mean, here we are pushing into all-time highs. We just kind of eclipsed those post-IPO highs here, holding really nicely. You got the retest here, and we're back above. So Dash, I think this one's going much higher, probably going into the 300s.
And this is like one of the first things we all learn, right? Is just buy a stock that you know and you're familiar with, right? And I used to think that is the worst advice ever. What that is such a dumb reason to buy a stock. And now I've gone the other way, and I think actually there are way worse reasons. There are way dumber reasons to buy a stock than you are a patron or a consumer of their product, right? So I've got a portfolio, where I've got Amazon, I've got Costco, I've got Apple, I've got BlackRock. These are all products that I use, right? In some form or another. Yeah. And so yeah, I think there are way dumber reasons to buy a stock than you are a fan of the product. Right.
Right. It's not always a reason, but when like I said, when the chart gives you a reason to own it, it's always nice.
Yeah. So Freely mentioned Costco. Costco, we talked about that this morning on the morning show. I think they're getting lumped in with the staples, man. It's been a brutal time to be a consumer staple. Costco is the largest or second largest holding, I forget, in the XLP ETF. They just reported another banger quarter. I mean, if you care about such things, I care a little bit, but it's gone nowhere. Through no fault of their own, they just went. You can see on the chart there, it was on an epic rally. This thing went to $1,000.
Yeah.
Right. So, it's taking a breather. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's its curse, right? Maybe it was doing so well, it just got a little ahead of itself and needs to just digest here. And that's what this whole basically for a year now. Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of digging.
I think it's getting lumped in with sometimes it really is as simple as what kind of a stock is it? Who is it? Who's
Yeah,
in its peer group? It really is that simple, right?
and I mean, this one gets compared to Amazon a lot, and Amazon really hasn't done a whole lot either. I mean, that's just kind of just been just consolidating there and really hasn't made much progress with some of the other uh, Mag 7 names.
Let's see. Come on, TradingView, you can do it. Or Pat's
I don't know
internet,
what's
you can
going
do
on
it.
here.
Maybe it's your internet. My TradingView.
Yeah, I think probably.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, here we go. And you can see, I mean, this is what Amazon was setting up, and then just can't seem to get it done. So maybe it's the consumer, maybe who knows what it is, right?
Well, it's small cap season, Pat. So we're not looking to buy Amazon. We're looking to buy random copper mining stocks and biotech companies. And that's
Prime.
That's the environment
What was it, PRME?
we are in. Yeah, that's the ticker of the day. Prime, PRME.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it is a nice little reversal base going on there. Really just needs to stick above that 450 level, $5. And as far as the HBM, I would check out Southern Copper too.
That's the bellwether, right?
Yeah, I think it's the largest one. Someone would have to double check me there, but that one also shaping up out of nowhere too. A lot of these
it's right there.
We're kind of working on bases, but then all of a sudden the last like couple weeks just really shaped up here. So this one, I mean, if SCCO is above 125 there, looks like it could really get going there.
Nice.
A lot of these names haven't done anything for a while.
Again, that's the name of the game in commodity land, right? Patience, patience, patience. Which I do not have. But I hope you have enough patience to wait a week to join us next time on Chart Request Live. Maybe it'll be me and Pat. Maybe it'll be Sam and Alfonso, or Jason, or Riley, or Larry, or anyone else on our crack squad here over at Stock Market TV. As always, if you want to guarantee that we answer your requests first, email them to questions@stockmarketmedia.com. We monitor that inbox actively and do those questions first on the show. Pat, a pleasure, man. I missed this. We got to do this more often.
We should,
I know you're doing a video with Straza tomorrow, so we have that to look forward to.
And also we got spaces too. So if any of our listeners are free tomorrow at 11, come on through our spaces. You can ask any questions you want.
That's right. I did drop a link in the chat to last week's special micro leaguers report that the All-Star Charts team put together. Click on the link, get access. They put out like 15 new trade ideas last week just on small caps. So that link is in the chat. And that's what we got. So thank you for watching. Drop us a like, and see you next time.
Cheers.
Bye.